think I'd show up. I want to say Lattim is the Maypul, but I don't know. I guess I'm making it up.
Yeah. At this point, we are going to be looking at from the alignment. So Lattim going this Zetter.
Okay. You're probably right. That would make much more sense.
Maypul is such a weird character, where it's like
Maypul.
they're both simultaneously.
Oh,
like,
that COD.
They're amazing for starters, but they're amazing in such like unorthodox ways. But then have the most opportune setups when you finally get that hit. Like just simple stuff like dash attack fair is like so unbelievable, and then you can turn it into
Oh man, that could have been such an early. It still may be. Man.
Well.
Getting Snake on the back foot nice and early. I mean, he's doing lots of dodge rolling and already, and seemingly just trying to avoid the constant onslaught of active hitboxes. I mean, you know, as a Maypul, really just gonna toss a lot of stuff out. Like an alarming amount of moves at all times. High APM.
The frame data on Maypul is just absurd, which is why like the ways that Zetter has to play into matchups like these, like you'd think Maypul, Ori, like those types of characters, is you just have to find ways to hit harder. And I mean, stuff like Upstrong, like Inflamed Upstrong, is it's quite the win condition.
And we're back.
We are so back. Can you make this back with Lily there as well? You can with the tech. Perfect.
Yep. Tech is a Zetter friend. Wow. The
What a drop.
defensive option of just kind of walking away from it.
Yeah, getting the tether into the air up. That is so far. Looking pretty good here for Lattim after a rougher stock, but Maypul can just find edgeguard routes so cleanly, especially on hard DI in. We are so close to this wall.
That's not the landing you want.
We are making it back with literally no problem.
What? Okay.
No guideline.
Almost turned whatever that was into a kill.
A lot of down tilt preferred setups here from Snake though. Like, I almost want them to. I want to see them push this off stage. Instead, they're keeping it so vertical, which is nice and all. But on a stage like Tower of Heaven, like when you have these platforms to land, like chase, push this off stage, punish the DI out, which he did. Maybe it was conditioning. Either way,
sure,
they are.
It could definitely be conditioning.
Yeah, if you're looking so hard to turn your combos vertical, you're gonna condition DI out like pretty harshly.
Yeah.
And then you find the punish on the final stock. Taking game one, looking pretty good in tow. Let's see, I did hear a switch over to Absa. No, it was to Clairen.
Clairen, yeah.
Clairen swap over from Snake. Are we changing names? We're taking the visor off.
Okay. Oh man, leave something to the imagination.
The characters are now.
I knew it.
You were right. I'll give it
The
up.
characters were swapped. Okay. I wasn't so confident, but I don't know. Just playing off of whatever remaining brain cells I have.
I mean, when
So
you're
I'm
right, you're right.
wondering,
You take it.
what do you think? They don't like the way that their Zetter felt, or they don't prefer that matchup? What exactly do you think that was the rationale? Let's take a step inside of the mind of a Rivals player.
If I'm gonna try and like dissect this, right?
Do it.
The Zetter matchup can always feel super exploitable because you're spacey boned, and spacey bones always mean that characters with really good spikes or really good like aerials that send at rough angles like Maypul, Nair, and Fair. Like I don't want to deal with that, despite the raw kill potential. I'd rather have much more latent control.
There we go.
And that's, I guess, what a little bit more of what Clairen offers. Despite the ability to get smothered, you have easier means of challenging in a more direct, like horizontal to horizontal ways. Okay.
I'll say another thing. I'm kind of noticing that Snake prefers more of like a. Oh no. Yeah. Well. Can't DI that way.
You're never safe.
Not with that DI.
Yeah,
What is Nair?
It's almost like you have to recognize what side Maypul is facing for every one of these conversions. It's like on these back airs, you have to DI out so you're not getting upbeat. But
you're relatively safe if you DI out. I guess there's some tether Nair stuff that can happen, but like for the most part, You don't see that very much.
It's tough. You only really see that from Soul Rifle. Granted, he's one of the best players in the world, so.
Right, well,
He just
the reason I say
finds
you don't see it that much is because you're not going to get, unless you're going to be killing with that Nair, it might not be worth the use of that many resources for something like that. Instead of just having them very comfortably off stage, you being off stage, not getting reversal on, and then them still having seed on. There's a lot you can do to somebody that's returning to stage with seed.
That's just a stock, yeah.
There you go.
You hold up, if you hold into stage there, you get up strong, wrapped, down strong.
I think they're asking if it's best of 5.
Winners quarterfinals, yes, tis. But Lattim's,
No, I just mean I don't think that they were.
if they weren't aware,
They didn't know.
listen to your TO.
T.O., scream at him.
Yeah.
Get
Mr.
him.
Electric, kill this man.
Sick the wolves. Demons, eat his soul.
Wolves on the snakes. Snakes on a plane. Oh, we're keeping the visor.
On a tree.
We're keeping the visor on this time.
Yeah, there's a shortcut. I think it's dodge. If you like start the match with dodge, then you can like start as Clairen with visor off. Very useless bit of knowledge.
It's fun though, especially if you like Clairen as a character.
Right.
She did get a comic.
What? You got a comic?
Yeah, there's a Rivals of Aether like comic, officially licensed,
Wow.
and it was pretty good, all things considered. Oh, missing the DAC is barely. I'm pretty sure the tipper hits that
Oh
top
man,
platform.
correct DI on it. What?
And a pretty good hit.
What?
Just barely.
That was an extremely skillful bad recovery.
Hey man, if you make it back, it's a great recovery.
Yeah, just wrapped all the way around to being a good recovery because of how unanticipated it was, perhaps. Yeah, it's the constant, or it's the good old-fashioned concept of like bad players being hard to beat. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Who parries that? Who parries that? Yeah, get him out of here.
It's the good old bell curve. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like, why would I do this? And then why would I do that?
Yeah. And then you just have like hoppiness showing like the highest level of low IQ plays. That's beautiful. So you're just
Air
going
dodge,
out there and
please.
threatening them with your presence. Doing nothing is frame 0, etc.
Oh, the classic.
Oh, I love that. And some of these little conversions that we're seeing here from Lattim are just, sorry, Snake. No, Lattim. Lattim, I was right.
Yeah, Lattim has been amazing on hit.
Yeah, he's just doing some weird
that's,
stuff. That's dead. No, it isn't.
I mean, the second fair was game, just misreading it slightly. Good play on the part of Snake to avoid.
It's not even that stupid. Like, you're not really throwing her. Okay, yeah, well, you know, what do you do?
Parried yet again. Caught between a rock and a hard place.
You got Rivals of Aether buttoned. Yep.
And that is our winner's quarterfinal set. Another one down the drain.
Yeah,
in the
what do we
books. That is Lattim 3-0.
3-0 but close.
I mean, there was definitely like some
3-0 but fun.
3-0 but fun for sure. Like, I wasn't gonna call it like close because it felt like every game was under control on the part of Lattim. But I respect the swap over to Clairen. I understand like most of the
trying to see what works for him.
Yeah, like trying to see what was working, trying to like go for different looks, trying different stages and different attempts at every turn. But it never felt like Lattim was out of control. It never felt like Lattim was in a position to panic. Like everything was just like in their wheelhouse for what they could accomplish. And Lattim moved on, will be moving on as a result. Oh yeah.
Another thing is I'd like to see, especially with when we had Snake on the Zetterburn.
Right.
Relatively low APM. Like hanging back, throwing out small moves, but not going for large explosive combos, trying to get onesies, little two-hitters, and do what he can and then reset, you know?
Right.
I'm not going to, you know, I'm full advocate for everyone being able to play the game in their own sense of fashion, but like, I don't know if that's the best approach to Zetterburn. Like, that character can just sweep you off your feet, do 90 damage casually, and, like, not sweat, you know?
That's the danger when you are playing, like, when you're playing against such a quick character like the Maypuls, the Oris, the other characters in that wheelhouse. Like, you almost can sometimes give them too much respect because